Hey guys, what's up? My name's Ellie, and today I'm going to be doing tips and tricks for beginners. So this is if you are wanting to get into makeup, or if you know a little bit about it but you want to get more information and you want to know more about it and how to do it the way you would like, keep watching. So not even getting into makeup, one of the first things that you want to do is identify what skin type you have. So the three most common skin types are dry, oily, and combination. So oily and dry skin is very self-explanatory, where your skin is either dry or oily. And then combination is where you can have some dry patches on your skin or some oily patches on your skin. And it's good to identify what skin type you have so that you know what products will work best with your skin. So my skin type is combination, so I have dry and oily skin. So these are my two favorite products that I like to use together. They're both sticks. This is the e.l.f. Glow Primer Stick. This is a dewy one, which will help with my dry patches. And this is a Wet n Wild matte stick, so it tones down the oiliness. So I like to use these two because I have combination skin. So first I go in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matte Primer Stick, and I twist it up. And I go on my forehead, kind of all over my forehead, down on my nose, just in my T-zone. I like to use the e.l.f. Glow Primer Stick, and this is also a primer stick, and it's hydrating. So I go on my cheeks, and that's basically all where I go, and then actually a little bit on my nose in here. And then I rub both of the primer sticks in with my fingers. So the next step is foundation, and I have a few tips for foundation. So number one, always match to your neck. A lot of people will match to their face or their the back of their hand or their arms. Always match to your neck because it looks more natural and it matches your skin tone better. Another tip I have for foundation is learn what coverage you like. So there's three different types of coverages when it comes to foundation. There's light, medium, and full. So light coverage, it has very sheer coverage, so it doesn't cover very much. Medium, it has buildable coverage, so if you use a little bit, it can be light coverage, and if you keep building onto it and you use more layers, it can become full coverage. And full coverage is, it covers almost everything. You don't need a whole lot for it to be full coverage. It just covers everything. The last two tips for foundation is one, use a damp beauty sponge. This is from Real Techniques. You can get it about anywhere, Walmart, Target, Ulta, H-E-B, pretty much anywhere. You just soak it up with water and you squeeze it out and it expands. My favorite foundation at the moment is the Maybelline Super Stay foundation. Basically I just open it up and I do one pump on the back of my hand, and then I just do one right here on my forehead, down, yeah, and one pump, it gives me enough. And then I take my sponge and I pounce. So you just tap multiple times. Don't drag because that will ruin your foundation. So you just tap like this, and it blends into your skin, and that's how you apply foundation. So now that I have foundation on, the second step is concealer. So my favorite concealer at the moment is the Tarte Shape Tape. You guys have probably seen this before. I'm in the shade Light Neutral. So you take your concealer and you go under your eyes. I like to go in triangles. This is the most common thing that people do. It brightens up your under eyes and it covers your dark circles. And I like to go on my forehead, right here. I like to go down my nose and then on my chin. And this brightens up my face. And then you take your sponge and you just blend. Once your powder has been set on your face for a little while, I like to take a big fluffy brush. This is from Sonia. I think you can see this, hopefully. you guys know the brand, hopefully. I take it and I dust it off, and at the same time, I set the rest of my face that I didn't put powder on. So, just like on my forehead, and I just brush it all over my face. My favorite bronzer right now is the Hoola Benefit bronzer, and I just open it up. I take a small brush like this from the same brand that I can't pronounce, and I just take it in, and I put this in the hollows of my cheeks. So if you do like a fish like face, like you can see where it does that. So if that helps you, then do it. So you just put it in the hollows of your cheeks like so, and then you just blend it out. I like to put some right here. This just not only doesn't warm up your face, but it also pulls your face closer together, so that when someone's looking directly at you, you have a more slimmer face, I guess. So I put this on my temples, and I blend my temples in with my cheekbones like that. And then I put some first on this little arch right here, and then I connect it at the top, right across here. And then some on my chin, my jawline. You put it on your jawline, not underneath, because if you put it underneath, then you can't see it. So it's like a combination of like on and under, if that makes sense. Now that you guys are up close on my nose, this is how I do my nose. So I press into, I have this flat brush from the same brand, and then I press into it, tap it off, and then I go on the sides like this, and I just go straight down. And then I do the same on the other side. Like that. And then I go underneath like this. And then a little on top. Now that I contoured my nose, I'm going to take the same powder, the Coty Airspun powder. I'm going to take my sponge, going to press into it, and then I'm going to use the little mirror in here. I go on the side, right here, and so I have this bulb on the end of my nose, I go straight over it. And then I go up like this, and I make it very clean. Okay, I do the same thing on the other side. And then I go on the bridge. I'd be very careful. I take the very tip and I go down like that. That's just like a small line, and then I thicken it up a bit. And then I go on the very tip of my nose. And this is how I get like the perfect like button nose, I guess. And then I like to go down here so that it looks lighter than the other side. So I look kind of crazy right now, but I leave this on while I'm doing my brows. You can see my brows, but this is my brow routine, I guess. So I take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade medium brown. I undo both of the sides, and I first start off by brushing them out So I take this and I brush them out. Let me grab another eyeshadow palette for a mirror. Okay, hopefully you guys can see. So this is what I do. And then brush both of them. So now that I've brushed both of them out, I flip over to the other side. I take the brow pencil and I start at the arch. So, okay, I really hope you guys can see this. So I start off by making an arch, or the end or tail, whatever you want to call it. And I draw that in. Then I start at the end. And then I start at the bottom, at the front, and I make little strokes. And then I go up. Kind of fill everything in a bit. And then I flip. And I brush all the product out. And then I do the same thing on the other side. So I finished my eyebrows off camera and I added some brow gel on them. Brow gel, it's just like hair gel. If you don't know what brow gel is, it's just hair gel for your eyebrows, I guess, to keep them in place. So next is, I'm just gonna brush off the bake on my nose. So, just so, pretty easy. There we go. So next I'm just going to take a facial mist. This is St. Ives. This is grapefruit scented. I always run out of my setting sprays, so currently I'm completely out. I should go get some more. But this is what I've been using recently. So I'm just going to spray my face like so. And it's very hydrating. So now my face is very dewy. And I take my sponge and I press that in. And this takes the powder that is on my face and it sinks it, not into my skin, but it makes my makeup look like actual skin. And then I just let that dry a little bit. And then we're going to move on to eyeshadow. So this is my everyday eyeshadow look. My favorite eyeshadow palette of all time, and I use every single day, is the Tartelette Toasted palette from Tarte. So first I like to go in, if I can find the brush, I like to go in with this small crease brush from Real Techniques. Hopefully you can see that. And I go all over the lid with s'more. And I just go all over the lid. And next I go in with cashmere. And I also go all over the lid. Next I go in with warmth, and I go in the crease. And I like to buff it out, so that's not just like a little thing right there, that's more across my eyelid instead of like a little line in my crease. And then I buff it outwards as well. Okay, next I take, if I can find it. Okay, I take this little, I don't know how to describe it. It's just a brush that looks like this. Hopefully you can see. And I take the shade Cozy and I go into the crease, and this will define my crease a lot because it's darker. And then I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush like this, and I'm just going to buff out the edges. Okay, so then I want to go back in with cashmere, and let me take this. Okay, I'm going to take this e.l.f. brush. This is the C brush. I think it stands for crease brush, but I like to use it for pressed pigments, or just to like pack pigments on my eyes. So I like to take cashmere and I like to put it all over my lid, and then a little bit of Cozy right after. I mean warmth, whoops. Because warmth, it's very orangey. I think it's really pretty. Then I'll take a fluffy brush and fluff that out. Okay, so then I'll go back in with this e.l.f. C brush, and I like to go in with Simmer and Candle on the center of my lid. It's very shimmery. And I'll take a fluffy brush and buff that out. Okay. So next, so this brush is dual-sided. So I go in with this tinier one, and I go in with Sunrise on the inner corner. I almost said inner crease. Hold on. And I put it right there. And then I take Candle and I add on top of that. So it's very subtle. It's not like super blinding. It's just enough, I guess. And then I like to dust the shimmer off. And I take that same side and I go into the shade Latte. And I go on my lash line. Try to make sure you guys can see, because I can't see if you can see. And I go back with the fluffy brush and I just buff it out so there's no like super harsh edges. And okay, so now, okay, I've already kind of started the bridge a bit. So I've already started off in the inner corner, like this, and then I just continue across. I'm going to start off by doing the wing. I'm going to connect. I'm going to color it in. Okay, so now that we have done eyeliner, we're going to move on to mascara. So my two favorite mascaras at the moment are the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara in black and the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. So first, I like to go in with a eyelash curler. Your eyelash curler, and you go to the very, very, very root. So you go to the very root, and then you get it in between, like that perfect spot to where it doesn't pinch you, but also gets the lashes. Just like right here. And then I like to, like that. So now let's do the other one. I've curled my eyelashes. I'm going to go in with my first mascara, the L'Oreal Telescopic mascara, and I'm going to coat my top lashes only. And when you are applying mascara, always blink, because whenever you blink, when the wand is right under your eyelashes, you get more product on them and it helps curl them. So you just go underneath, like to the very, also go to the very root. I see so many people that just get the tip because they're scared. Go to the very root. If you're careful, you're not going to poke your eye out. So you go to the very root and you blink. And you just continue with that. So once I get them to the desired length that I would like them to be at, I take the Better Than Sex mascara and I coat the top lashes and the bottom. So I just very gently, so I don't mess up the length. This just adds more volume to the lap. And now the bottom lashes. So how I like to do my bottom lashes is I go one direction with the wand, like to the right first, and then I go to the left, and then back to where they need to be. This just gets a lot of product on them, so it doesn't take as long to constantly go over them to get more product. That's just a fast way that I've learned how to put on bottom mascara. So now I'm going to do the other one. Okay, so now that we have done our lashes, we're going to move on to falsies. So you can just keep this look and be done with your eyes, or you can add on falsies, which is the next thing I'm going to teach you how to do. Okay, so next is falsies, and I have the Ardell Wispies. These are my favorite ones. I usually like the Demi Wispies, but I have the Wispies here today. So these are the 5 pairs, so there's 5 of them in here. There's actually like 3.5, but these are what they look like. So I'm going to take these two and I'm going to put them on. So these are very, very long, but I really like them and they're really pretty. So what you'll need is obviously falsies. You can use any falsies. These are just the ones I have today. And you can either use regular lash glue, or I have this black one that blends in with your eyeliner and lashes, so I'm going to be using the black one today. Okay, so I already have one lash on, so now I'm going to be doing the other one for you guys. I have these fancy tweezers that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to just grab the lashes, or the lash. I think it's aired up enough, so hopefully you guys can see. So first I start off by just putting it directly in the middle. So that's what I do. Okay. Then I go on the outer and I pull for the outer, and then I grab the inner. I grab the inner and I pull it towards my inner corner. Okay. So now I grab my tweezers and I get the falsies and my natural. I squeeze them together. So I grab the lash line of the falsies and my lashes and I squeeze them together so that they are like together, so that they look like they're all one, even though they're not. Okay, so these are the falsies put on. So I just realized in the midst of putting my eyelashes on, I totally forgot blush and highlighter. So I'm going to be putting on blush. I like this Tarte blush. This is in the shade Party. So I'm just going to open it up, and I like to use Real Techniques brush. This is a powder brush, but I like how big and poofy it is, so I like to use it for blush. And I just put it on the heights of my cheeks. So like I put it high on my cheekbones, and I put it on the apples, but I mainly try to keep it on my cheekbones. And I just keep it up, and then I put a lot on my nose because I like how cute it looks. So I just put some on my nose. I put some on my chin as well. So that's blush. So my favorite highlighter at the moment is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighter in the shade Precious Petals. So this is what it looks like. I've already hit pan. I'm literally obsessed with this. It's so beaten. But I literally love this highlighter. And then I also really like the Champagne Pop. This is a mini, but I really like it, like almost the exact same. But I like to go in, I just go in with my Wet n Wild one. I take this highlighting brush. I think it's an eyeshadow brush, but I like to use it as a highlighter is basically used to define the higher points of your face. So those are going to be your cheekbones, nose, chin, eyebrow bone. So basically I go in and I go on my tips of my cheekbones. And I love highlighter, so I use a lot. So, and then I go on the other side. And then I go in with my finger. I go on the bridge. I don't go all the way down. I only go in this little crevice. And a little bit up. And then I go on the very tip of my nose. That, and then I kind of dust it off. Go on my cupid's bow. My chin. And then I like to go in with a small brush that looks like this, and I go in and I go on my eyebrow bone or underneath my eyebrow like that, and then just like that. So now I'm glowing. Dust everything down a little bit if it's too much, and then I like to go in with this brush, and I go in just a little bit. I go right here to accentuate the forehead bone. And then that's all I do for highlighter. For my lips, I like to go in with this NYX lip pencil in the shade Stockholm to go in with it. And hopefully you guys can see. It's right here. and I just line. Okay, then I like to go in with an Avon lip pencil in the shade, I don't even know. Oh, Rosebud, there we go. And then I go over this color. Okay. So next I'm going to go in with this super tiny mini NYX glitter goals in the shade Dazzle 'em. I'm going to go over my lips with that. And last, I'm just going to finish it off with my facial spray. I'm going to take my damp sponge. I'm going to press it into the skin. And let it dry. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys got some good information from this video. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if there's anything you guys would like to see from me next, please comment down below, and also follow me on TikTok. I'll put it in the description. Anyways, have a great day or night, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.